this video, I will cover the brand new Astilla Prime and its best build. Hint is extremely powerful, my overpowered Riven with crit damage, multi-shot and damage, as well as my pick for the most powerful Warframe to combo with this weapon. Also, I've noticed that nearly 20% of people are subbed, so thank you all for supporting me. Peace out and enjoy the video. Hello boys, and welcome to the definitive guide for the Astilla. This weapon is extremely powerful. It just came out with Gara Prime and the Volnus Prime. This is how I'd mod it if I was just a everyday Warframe player. Point blank, Hell's Chamber, Toxic Barrage, Shell Shock, Charged Shell, Contagious Spread, which you can probably switch these to, Narrow Minded, Blunderbuss, and Ravage. This, I would say, is the universal, easiest to make, and best build for every Warframe player in this game. Let me show you real quick how it performs against these enemies. Level 165, Corrupted Heavy Gunners. It performs quite well, and this is a very basic, very easy to get build. Like you're saying, it's got that lovely AoE as well, good slash procs, good accuracy. It does have that impact proc because of the high impact on this weapon, which is pretty bad. I believe it has a forced impact proc. But anyway, that's how it performs against level 165 enemies. Very, very strong. That's the highest level enemies that you can get, really, unless I was like higher mastery rank or anything like that. So that was very powerful. I would say the pros and cons of this weapon is, obviously it looks very nice. That's a pro. It's very, very strong with its stats. It has what? Let's have a look. It has 21% crit chance, a 1.9 times damage multiplier, or crit multiplier, I wish they upped that a bit more, a decent fall off, a good fire rate, a good magazine, a decent reload, high status, and high base damage with a lot of slash on there as well, and a lot of impact, which you don't want impact. So I'd say a definite pro is the strength of the weapon and the stats. However, I'd say another con would probably be the fact that it has high impact damage and the fact that it also has a lower than average critical multiplier, which leads it to do less damage than it probably should. So that's the pros and cons for the weapon. Now let me show you my Riven for this weapon, which is critical damage, multi-shot damage with negative impact. Is really, really strong. Obviously they nerfed the disposition for this weapon specifically as the Prime just came out. My build is Prime Point Blank, Hell's Chamber, Blunderbuss, Primed Ravage, Hunter Munitions, Toxic Barrage, and Chilling Reload. I think this is probably the best for this specific build because of the lower reload speed and narrow barrel in the Exilus slot. It's really, really good. Let me show you guys how this one performs real quick against the same enemies. This is the Riven modded build and Hunter Munitions as well. It's pretty damn strong, as you're seeing, and it's able to just take out large crowds of enemies really quick. Like, this is definitely stronger than the regular Astilla, even though they nerfed the disposition or whatever, and I don't even have Prime Chilling Grasp, it's still more powerful. So, as you're seeing, they nerfed the disposition, but it's still an upgrade overall, even though it has lower critical damage multiplier. Now, my pick for the best Warframe to pair with this thing is going to go to none other than Chroma Prime with an Arcane Avenger. I would say this has to be the best build for Chroma with this weapon, because Chroma, what does he do? His 3 gives you, when shields are hit, Chroma and nearby allies' armor grows stronger. When health takes a hit, weapon damage increases. The second part of that is very, very important, as it's going to boost the Astilla's damage to insane amounts and give you loads of tankiness, and then his 2 just gives you loads of tankiness depending on what your energy color is. I have it as white because it makes him more tanky and it absorbs bullets, which is really strong. And then you combine this with Arcane Avenger, which on damage gives you a 20% chance for plus 45% critical chance. That's flat, right? So that means that with the Astilla Prime, it would have 39.9% plus 45% critical chance, which is extremely strong for this weapon. It takes you to above 100%, I believe, which is really good. And I'd say this is probably the best Warframe combo for this weapon. I'll show it against the same enemies. Obviously, these are, like, this is still path level, right? But if we're having a look, right, I'll let them hit me a little bit, shoot me up a little bit. As you're seeing, I'm not taking all that much damage. I've got the Arcane Avenger proc, I've got my insane damage proc, and they got absolutely wiped out in like a matter of absolute seconds. They got wiped out. If it's like, let's say Bombards, the same, maybe Bombard Eximuses, I don't know if this will be too strong, but if I have, and then I put on a Sentinel, holy shit, if I put on Prisma Shade with his Verglass, right? But if I have both of these things on, these Bombards can shoot me all they want. These are Eximuses, the absolute strongest enemies, basically, that you could find in this game. Let's see how they fare against this weapon with Chroma and Arcane Avenger. Obviously, they can do strong knockbacks and stuff, but they're getting absolutely wrecked, as you're seeing. They're even slowing me down and everything, and they're still getting absolutely annihilated by this build with Arcane Avenger. I think Arcane Avenger's proc, the Sentinel, is making them die even quicker. This proves that this combo can go up against pretty much any level of content, as you'll never find like this powerful of a like group of enemies. You're never gonna find a bunch of Arson Eximus goddamn Bombards in any Still Path mission. So that is very, very powerful. That's my pick for the best combo with this weapon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are hyped about the Astilla Prime as I am. Peace out and enjoy the next review.
This time you crossed it.